Greetings. Welcome to the XpertUS Decision Maker software. When you launch the software from your desktop, this is the screen you will first see. Now, if you see some red text along this area, this means you do not have a full license and you're running it on the demo mode. You can certainly run the demo examples, but if you need the full license, you need to go up to Preference, then get the MAC address, copy this MAC address to an email and send it to questions@xpertus.com. Let's assume you already have a license. So the first thing to observe is the various sections on the screen. Right at the top we have some pull down menus. Then you have some grayed out tabs which we refer to as pages. They have very important functions. We have an execution mode that tells you what you want to do. And finally some project information. Initially there's nothing you can do other than select an option mode. Let's start with a new project. So when we click on this, you can open an existing project or create your own. So let's create a project. Let's say recruiting manager. So that's your project. Now we will give a project number 1, 2, 3 and whatever name you want to put. My name is Errol, so I will put it. You may add a description or you may leave it blank. The first 3 are mandatory because you've seen these asterisks. Now observe the page 1 is already activated. All we have to do is hit continue and we are on to the most important screen, which is the criteria candidate screen. This is where you can actually add your criteria and your candidates. You may run this software with or without candidates, or with or without criteria, or both. So let's assume for this example that we have a few criteria and a few candidates. The best way to add criteria is to look to see if there are templates already available for you. For example, for recruiting we have one here. When you open it, you see a list of criteria from which you may select some things that you like. So let's say availability, and now press the control button and click on whatever you like. Let's pick 4 of these, and by all means you can add any additional criteria right over here. Let's add a couple of candidates as well. Let's say John, Mary and Harry. Okay, so we've got these, and when we hit the continue button we come to page 3, which is the judgment page. This is extremely important and you must pay a lot of attention to how you would operate this. By the way, look down here, you have 2 check marks, which means that you have actually added criteria and you have candidates as well defined. Both have been defined. So this is the first step, and we have now got to decide whether we want to do a criteria judgment or a candidate judgment. And I recommend we start with criteria judgment and then move on to candidate judgment. This is all for this basic video. In the next video we will talk about how to do the judgment.